What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, we're creating a sketch illustration of a mythical dragon. Let's begin today's lesson by blocking out the basic shape of the head. I'm going to start on the top right side. Just to mark off the corner of the jaw with a little circle. I'm just going to slope the head coming down with a straight line towards the bottom left, to right about there. From this point, we're going to angle this up and back towards the top. Let's connect the front and the right side with a straight angled line. It's going all the way up towards the top. Now I want to open up the jaw. From this point, I'm just going to angle this down towards the bottom, go up and then out towards the top. It's going to pull this back in towards the edge of the jaw. Now from this point, we're just going to curve the neck going around and then bend that in, come forward, and then bend that down towards the bottom of our page. Let's add some thickness to the neck. We're going to step down in behind the jaw. It's going to follow that same curve coming around the left side, coming out and then down. Now we're going to trace the back. We're going to step up, going all the way around, come down, and go a little bit wider along the base of the neck. Now that we've established the proportions of the head, let's go back and refine the shape. Let's start from the front. It's going to curve the beak. We're going to go up and then in, come around, then out towards that top line. Let's add another point. Going up, slope this down, and then cross. Now I'm going to continue this curve along the front, coming down towards the tip of the beak, bend this up, and then in. Let's curve this across and then down towards the jaw, right about there. Let's go back up to the top, bend this up, and then go across. Now let's add a hook along the bottom of the jaw, going out and then up, then this around, then in. Now along the bottom, I'm just going to bend this, going across and then out towards the jaw, and then pull this up towards the top. Now in between these 2 points, we're going to draw a straight angled line going across towards the back, to right about there. Bring this back down towards the jaw. Let's add another point across the jaw and back in. Now we're going to tilt the head so we can see the inside edge of the mouth. Let's start on the front, bend this up. It's going to follow that same angle coming towards the jaw. Now let's trace the bottom. We're going to taper this down towards the bottom and then bend that out. Let's add the shape of the tongue from the throat, going across and down, and that out, and then back down towards the tip. Now I want to trace this along the bottom, so it gets wider as I come back in towards the throat. Now with our rough sketch in place, let's go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. So I'm just going to clean this up, taking out those lines in between. Now that we have a clean drawing, I'm going to go back and add a second level of detail. Let's start by adding in the eye. From this point, I'm just going to angle this up, slope the eye coming down towards the back. Now I'm just going to step in, just going to curve the bottom of the eye coming down and then up. Now with this character, we're going to add a second set of eyes along the front. Let's draw that same curve going up, slope towards the back. I'm going to step in, just round out the bottom. Let's add the nostril along the front. From the tip, we're just going to bend this up and out, round up the top, and just tuck that in underneath. I'm going to go in and just refine the shape of the head. Just working from the front, going all the way across towards the right. Just going to accentuate the brow, going up and then down. Just adding a little bit more shape to the mouth. I'm just going to roughly block in the top row of teeth along the front edge of the mouth. And then just working our way back. I'm going to vary the size of these, so adding a few smaller ones and larger ones. Let's go to the back and do the same thing. Now working our way across the bottom and then the back side. Now I'm just going to add a horn across the jaw. So I'm just going to bend this in and then back out in behind. I'm just going to curve the base of that horn. Now I'm going to go back and just clean up our drawing one final time before we add in our shading and details. Now I'm going to start our detail pass across that back eye, starting across the top of the eyelid. Now it's going to work our way out, just adding some more wrinkles and folds. Just working our way across toward the front. You can see that I'm just stretching the skin across the top of the mouth. Add a little bit more detail on the front. Now I'm just going to add some folds across the corner of the mouth, coming down. Now I'm just going to stretch this across the bottom. Then add that cartilage in the corner. Now with the back side of the mouth, I'm just going to blend the teeth in towards the top edge of the mouth. So we're just going to shade this in later, just to create a little bit of a silhouette effect. We'll do the same thing across the bottom, just blending the tooth across that edge. Once we finish tracing out our contours, we're going to go in and add some various tones and shadows. Let's start by adding some darkness to the tip of each tooth. Start from the bottom, and then blend that up. So we're just fading that out towards the top. the same thing across the bottom row of teeth along the front. And then the teeth in the back, we're just going to lightly shade this in and then fade that up. So we want to get a little bit of a glow along the inside of the mouth. I'm just going to add some shadow across the tip of the tongue and then fade that in. Also going to add a little bit more shadow along the bottom edge of the tongue and just fading that up. Now when it comes to adding shadows to our character, we want to imagine that the light's coming from the center of the mouth going out. So the shadows will sit along the outside edge with the highlights along the bottom. So let's start with the top. Just going to darken up the tip of the beak and then fade that down. So just adding those shadows across the top of those folds. You can see that the light's going to catch along the bottom edge of the brow. I'm also going to darken up that back horn. I'm just going to place that shadow across the back of the neck and then fade that across towards the left, towards that highlight. Going back and just adding some texture across the top edge of the mouth. These short little lines going across the top. And just pulling them down across the bottom of the jaw. Now I'm just going to go back and just fine tune our shadows. And go back and add some blemishes across the body, starting across the bottom of the neck and working our way up. Now as we get closer to the end of our drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of a mythical dragon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hey everyone, if you really want to discover your artistic potential, then join our Club Masterclass membership. For just $1 a month, you'll gain instant access to exclusive members-only drawing tutorials, virtual art camps, and much, much more. Join our thriving community of passionate artists just like you, and let your creativity soar. So just click that link in the description, and I'll see you in the club.